Hi, I made a funny cartoon on a not so funny issue. The human overpopulation crisis and how childless are stolen from and robbed by people with children. Child free is not free. So here we go. Maury Povich, the DNA test says you are not the father. So I knew that. But why do I have to keep paying child support is the issue. Please, no more kids. I nor the planet can afford them. Yes, childless have to pay welfare to all parents in many forms, even parents who have much more money than you. Here's some examples. You can pause it to read it. And I'm going to show you the rest of my infographic. Ooh, I'm going to zoom in for you, and you can pause it to read it if you want. I'm going to come in closer in a moment. This picture details how family health care plans are subsidized by those who just are a couple or maybe one and done parents. This shows how childless must fund the socialist public school system, whether we can afford it or not. And we also often have to pay our own college loans while paying public school taxes, whether you rent or own. Free lunch and free breakfast for all. At least sometimes it's meat free, which is good for the planet. Here's how hypocrite pro-birthers like Mike Pence in his MAGA hat use IVF against his God's will and don't support free birth control, which saves taxpayers tons of money and lowers termination rates of their embryos. Pets and people are overpopulated. 500,000 kids and teenagers in a foster care system nearly. But Mike Pence used IVF rather than adopt all these kids in foster care. Because they're not embryos, he does not care. And then the church, who doesn't pay taxes, but gays who do, have more of a say. They want equality for power of attorney or inheritances. There's many other reasons to want to get married. And then a normal couple like me and my wife, who try to live within our means and not overpopulate and save for our futures, well, we can't save. We have about $10,000 a year stolen from us, which could go into our retirements and collect tons of interest. And then the child tax credits and other benefits, socialist publics, aside from the socialist public schools, they get to collect no matter how much money they make. Pretty much they get to claim their child as a dependent, just getting bigger tax credits as well as daycare write-offs. Many go on vacations, buy better iPhones or nicer cars than us. And here's the poor sap, the childless single person who's discriminated against financially. And they say, get a job, loser. He's homeless. Says, I have one, but he's being emptied out his pockets. Is this little stick. What's that called, hun? The stick with the handkerchief?
The hobo stick.
Hobo stick. And he's upside down with all the change being wrung out. Yeah, you can't afford to pay more welfare for all breeders. And then if he does need help, pays the most taxes, is the last on the list to get any assistance. He has a long beard and long hair from how long he's been waiting. Despite being first on the list, they all butt him in line. You can pause this. All parents are on welfare in many forms. And all our benefits like paid paternity leave. Congrats, number 3. The childless people are like, great, more work for us, same pay. As the files are overflowing. But this poor single guy who's most vulnerable, one income, makes less money, is paying couples with kids welfare when they often have more than him. And he's most vulnerable if he loses his job, one income, or she loses her job. Last to get any benefits. Pays the most for the least. That is called discrimination. So there's our infographic. You are not the father, but you are paying up in child support. Human overpopulation is real. Podwaddle.com, that website right there. Check it out. Scary statistics. Very scary. Again, you can pause it to read.